Hello, normally we do an advert for our other podcast, but there's not going to be one this week.
It doesn't mean it's not out there to listen to, though.
Oh, it is. It's on the same feed as this, so just go back to previous episodes.
Just search for SNEW with the Crew on Google or...
Get on the back computer or just ask Albert. Yeah, we got another podcast. It's called Just Another Retrocast. It's a moot point telling you at the moment because it's on the same feed, and so you're probably already listening to this. Unless you're watching it on YouTube, then you're a big weirdo.
It's quite a thing, isn't it, listening to podcasts on YouTube?
I don't think it is. You're convinced it is. I'm convinced it's the opposite of that.
Well, I can show you a couple that are very successful.
Yeah, but is that because they're not just an audio with an image? It's because they're actually...
No, they are just podcasts.
Oh. Well, yeah, but also is the audio version of that podcast massive?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
As well, yeah. Anyway. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SNEWS Button, number 9.
Yeah, I'm thinking number 9. It feels like ages. It's been over 10 days since we last recorded.
It has, because that's what I get for going on holiday. Things get confusing, and you end up using camera tripods for microphone stands because you've lent all your stuff out.
Yeah, don't lend the stuff out.
Just never lend your stuff if you're listening to anyone, ever.
No, don't lend out stuff that you need. Oh, yeah, we record a podcast, but sure, borrow it. No. That's not a sentence.
Look, we've fashioned something together. Anyway.
Buy your own Gatrol.
He's probably listening. Hello, Adam.
He's not.
So yeah, as you may have guessed, this podcast is just with Mr. Ross Murphy.
Hello.
And me, Mr. Chris Quinton.
It's just the duo cast.
The what do you call it? The dastardly duo?
It's the Mario and Luigi of podcasts, isn't it?
Who's the short fat one?
I think I'm probably more Mario than you are.
Yeah.
You're more Luigi than I am Luigi.
Is it the way I laugh?
At this point.
Or is it the way I run?
The way he runs weird
he does, doesn't he?
Mario 2. Yeah.
He does. I don't run like that, honest. Barely ever run.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're late for everything, so I don't think you've ever run ever anywhere.
Right, should we do some consnewming?
Are we going to record a Game of Thrones spoiler special Season 7 this week?
We are. We've got Mr. Bobbin Dixon joining us on Friday to record that one,
Well,
so it
don't
should
tell
be...
him when we're recording, because you might not put it up until Thursday next week.
It'll be up on Saturday morning.
Chris is a sucker. He's not doing it. Clearly, having a baby means you don't do anything at the weekend other than edit podcasts.
No, that's all right, because I'll get up at 4 a.m. with the baby and edit the podcast, and it's 10 o'clock before I see anyone else, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Having a baby is the perfect time to start a podcast.
So yeah, no retrocast this week. But then we'll record a spoiler special for Game of Thrones Season 7.
Well,
so
it won't just be Season 7, it'll be the whole damn thing.
Oh yeah, let's just talk about all of Game of Thrones.
So it'll be
I'll just go home and rewatch it all between now. There's not enough time to do it, is there?
There's not, no. Fan theories and all that sort of thing as well, I think we'll cover. Because Bobbin has just literally watched the whole thing from beginning to end.
Has he?
Right the way up through to Season 7.
We're making all these promises. He's got to turn up first.
He will. He'll be here. Right. Have you watched anything this week, Ross?
I've watched loads of stuff this week, but I don't really want to talk about any.
Why not?
Well, because I watched Guardians 2. Don't know how I feel about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on. Elaborate.
The ending annoyed me a little bit.
Ending, so, okay, finds a brain in the middle of the planet.
No, not that. It's just the Return of the King bloody extra ending on the end of it, where it was just like, oh yeah, he was really a Reaver or whatever they're called. Are they called Reavers?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I was just like, why does everyone care about this guy? It's just an annoying dick from Walking Dead. Yeah, it was alright. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Where it was funny, wasn't it? But
it does what it's supposed to do, doesn't it?
And I've been watching this TV show about this black British comedian who goes and visits racists, and it's mental.
Hang on.
It's called Hate Thy Neighbour.
Hate Thy Neighbour. Explain the premise.
A black guy, black comedian, goes and hangs out with racists.
Oh, okay. So it's a real life thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's like people are absolutely mental, aren't they?
Well, yeah. So what is he visiting, like middle and
there's this bit where
back end America?
Oh yeah, the first episode's like white nationalist, yeah. But there's, you know what it's like, because all of these like mental white nationalists, let's just call them Nazis because they're Nazis.
Yep.
In America, they're all like hillbilly weirdo mutants anyway, aren't they? And there's this guy, and he's like going, it's just ridiculous because this guy is just the dictionary definition of like inbred hick, and he's going primates, black dogs, cats, Asians, and you're just looking at him going, you're saying this and you look like the least human thing I've ever seen speak.
Right.
Mental.
Okay. Does he look like the guy with the dial on his head from Judge Dredd?
I don't know.
The one that headbutts everyone.
Maybe. Oh, no, not like that.
Mean Machine.
No, more of this, like the teeth missing, the beardy, curly hair sort of.
Right.
It's not the point because I'm being a bit of an artsy about him now. But yeah, it's really good. Watch it.
Cool. Okie dokie.
But what I've really consumed this week is 2 video games.
Okay.
And I bought Everybody's Golf.
Ah, cool.
Like 25 quid and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fun game, isn't it?
It's a super fun game. Like it's totally like online. It can be totally online, and it's like not completely open world, but you can just you can run around,
right? And
you can also just get in the buggies and stuff and drive them around.
Cool.
But then the single player, you get better. It's like an RPG, so you play single player for a bit, then you go online and play with your mates.
Cool.
And got the new Uncharted standalone adventure. It's hard to call it DLC because they basically put it on a disc, and it's about 6 or 7 hours long.
Right. Who's it by? Is it the same people?
Same people, but it's just a follow-up story. Not even follow-up story, separate adventure.
Right.
Where
with the same guy?
No, you play as Chloe and can't remember the name of the other lady. Nadine, I think. Yeah, you play as 2 of the side characters.
Right.
And it's really good.
Cool.
But annoyingly, I bought them both on disc, so I keep having to swap them over because I fancy playing one and fancy the other.
Right.
Whereas I should have just bought Everybody's Golf on the store.
Right. Would it cost you the same amount, would it?
Yeah, like normally they're more expensive, but because they're both, they were like 25 quid each as well, which is a really good deal.
Cool.
For both of them. But yeah, that's it really.
Good
Been
stuff.
Busy with work. You've been on holiday.
I have been on holiday. While I've been on holiday, managed to catch The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yep.
Good?
It's good.
It's good. It's like a first-time director's kind of, I'd really like to direct Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in my next movie kind of advert for himself.
Oh, I was going to say The Rock's not in it.
He's not, no.
No,
but the way that it's put together is very much like a Rock movie. Like, with the... introducing that the characters are now in this city. So there's a little flyover with like big white writing that says London, England, and, stock music. They've obviously not got a guy on board writing a score for them. It's just some stuff that the studio have got hanging around or something that's suitable. And for that reason, it's quite tacky and a bit sort of first-time director kind of feel to it. But it bloody works. It's fairly funny, and I enjoyed it. There's a good little rapport between the 2 actors by the looks of it. Some good chemistry. I recommend it.
Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson, yeah?
It certainly is.
Yeah. Well, they're 2 people worth watching a movie for, aren't they?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I will check it out.
There were actually some laugh-out-loud moments.
Once I catch up on my backlog, which is getting longer.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush out and see it. I wouldn't say definitely. I think I'd have been disappointed if I'd paid to see it at the cinema, but I didn't.
Oh, you stole it from the internet?
I might have. All in all, though, I'd probably give it about an 8 out of 10, something like that.
So you give it 8 out of 10, but you'd be disappointed if you went to the cinema to watch it?
I think so. Because I
You're
like
such a frugal Scrooge McDuck, aren't you?
I like to go to the cinema for 10 out of 10 movies.
It's not worth going to the cinema for an 8 out of 10 movie because it would have cost me £6 on Meerkat Movies Night and £10 at the weekend.
This is bloody true. So yeah, I don't really go to the cinema and pay to see stuff at the cinema.
You go to see movies made by Warner Brothers in the DC universe.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I only think of movies value for money if it's a 10 out of 10.
See, that's the thing.
When was the last time that happened? Did you go to the cinema to watch Suicide Squad?
No, I didn't. Yeah,
dodged a bullet there then, right? Because that would have been a 3 out of 10.
Man of Steel, and I saw Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, well, you mug. And you've probably seen every Ridley Scott film as well, haven't you?
I've
seen Alien.
Certainly seen most.
I saw Prometheus.
I've seen most bloody Chris, what's his
face?
face?
That's why you stick up for those movies, because you've got financial... You've stuck...
I've stuck a financial stake in them.
Yeah. You're going to stick up for that £7.
No, that's not true. I don't think. It might be. Take a psychological dive into me. Go on.
Okay, next.
Right.
I know what it's going to be next, because we've probably all been watching it.
The Defenders.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I haven't finished it.
You've not finished it?
I think I am halfway through episode 6.
Oh, okay. You're nearly there. There's only 8 episodes. So.
Yeah, I was trying to do it before we recorded the podcast, and it was quite hard. It's quite hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's not very good, is it?
It's not amazing, but it's better than Iron Fist.
Right, see...
That's probably going to be stamped on the DVD box, isn't it?
I'm...
Better than Iron Fist, or your money back.
The problem I've got is I've only seen Daredevil.
It kind of set the bar quite high, didn't it, Daredevil?
And actually, it still very much feels like Daredevil season 2.5, doesn't it?
Yeah, true.
Probably more than it does it more than any of the others because of Elektra and it's not a spoiler, is it? Because it's in every trailer.
No, this is true. But most of the characters from in actual fact, most of the main characters from most of the shows so far have been in it. But yeah, you're right. Because you've got Foggy and the girl whose name I can't remember, and Daredevil and Elektra. You only need Kingpin to make the full set, don't you? Really? Oh, and Stick, of course.
And Punisher.
Oh, and Punisher, yeah.
Yeah. I was at a point the other day where I was like, this would make quite a good comic book. Mm-hmm. Which is the wrong way round.
This is very true. I was thinking...
When you're like watching a TV show and you're like, I'd rather read the comic version of this because it's probably better than, there's something going wrong.
Episode 6, what's happened?
The quite big twist that you weren't expecting.
So, has Iron Fist gone underground?
No, he's just been captured.
Right. So they've not used him for anything yet?
No.
Right, okay. Fair enough. Okay, so there's a bit right at the end, it must have been in episode 7 or 8, where the scenery was all kind of like, they're in a specific place that's integral to the final plot of the series, and you'll just know it when you're there. There are some bones kicking about, let's just say that. And I thought to myself exactly that. It looks like a comic book. And I suppose that's what it should look like, but we're at the stage where Daredevil has set the bar on a serious tone so high, and everything else seems to be falling below that with their Netflix series. Luke Cage did it, Iron Fist did it. We'll see what Punisher's like.
Yeah, and you got that really annoying thing where like Daredevil's been in his suit for about 30 seconds. So...
In his suit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. And they keep taking the mickey out of him about it.
Yeah.
But,
there's this weird bit where Luke Cage is in hospital because he breathed smoke.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, only his skin's bulletproof.
Yeah.
And I just sat there going, how is he normal but his skin's bulletproof? Like, what have they done to his skin to make it bulletproof? And I was just like, nah, it's just one thing too far.
Really?
Because I just started thinking of it like, he's just totally a normal human but his skin's bulletproof.
Wow.
I'm like, what's in his skin that makes it still work exactly like skin, but bullets can't go through it, and he doesn't get hurt? Because that's the other thing. You get shot you get shot with a bulletproof vest on. If your skin was made of bulletproof vest,
yeah,
you'd get shot loads and you'd bruise your lungs and shit all the time.
Yeah, true. It would still hurt.
Next question: what happens when he gets shot in the eye or in the mouth?
Yeah, I think it would hurt him. I think it would.
Or he would die.
Yeah.
Or is his eye bulletproof?
I don't know, but I think not.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time before somebody shoots him in the eye.
But it's just that weird throwaway line from Rosario Dawson, whatever her character's called, where she's like, yeah, only his skin's bulletproof because he's like had a lung full of smoke.
Yeah. Well,
and then I just went, right, that's it. He's rubbish. Why is his skin bulletproof? What if I shoot him in the eye? What if I shoot him straight down his throat and things like that?
In his own series, there was a situation where he got shot with a really super high caliber gun. It was like the big guns that they have in RoboCop type thing.
Yeah, or like the 50 cal.
Yeah, and that penetrates his skin. But they're trying to get the bullet out to save his life, and because of the fact they can't cut into him and stuff, they're having loads of problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened. I bet that happens to Logan all the time as well, doesn't it? He just gets shot and bullets get left in him.
They kind of get pushed out, don't they? Because it's like a splinter. Nature finds a way. Thanks for that, Steven Spielberg, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, bacteria in that.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's bacteria.
But yeah, so Danny Rand ends up in his character costume as well, like towards the end. You'll spot that.
Didn't know
at
he
some
had
point.
one.
He does, yeah. But it's like a green suit with he's usually got a bandana on. So the sooner he gets that on, the better the choreography will be for him as well, won't it? Because they can just stick a stunt double in there. What do you call it? A body double, a martial artist in that costume, like they do with Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because it's not what's his face Cox jumping around all over the place, is it?
No.
New.
The scene that you've seen bits from the first time they all get together and escape is quite good, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a couple of
there
nice
isn't enough
scenes.
of that.
There's a couple of nice scenes actually. There's one towards the end. There's quite a nice big fight scene involving all of them. It's quite enjoyable.
I will finish it. It's not like I'm not. It hasn't annoyed me to the point where I've stopped watching it.
Right. Okay.
But it's just not very good, is it?
It's not super good, and it's trying tonally to be a little bit like the Avengers, I think. But succeeding in some ways, but in others, it feels like a TV show.
Is it going to go away as well now that Disney are pulling out of Netflix?
I do not know the answer to that.
They're pulling out and leaving nothing inside.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. No Disney at Netflix. I think the rights have been purchased separately by Netflix, but I'm not 100% sure.
Are Disney stupid enough to do that, though, now?
What, to remove properties because of the fact that they own...
No, to let other people get hold of their properties
I see.
and do things with them.
Well, I don't suppose Disney owned Marvel Studios when that happened?
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's weird is I still don't know how they haven't arrived at amount of money to buy all their property back. Like, surely they must be these contract negotiations all the time. Literally, like Fox and Disney must have a set of lawyers that just talk to each other like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
How much is it worth? How much are you prepared to pay? Because soon they're just going to turn around and go, "Oh, we've bought 20th Century Fox for like $5 billion because it was the only way we could get the Fantastic Four back."
Yeah. It's not like they haven't got the money, is it?
No.
It will happen at some point. Disney will just take over the world, or Apple. Depends which one buys the other first, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think it will be Apple.
I think Apple will buy Disney.
Podcasts I was listening to, and they were just talking about how much cash Apple have got at the moment.
Richest company in the world, no?
No, but it's not even the value of the company or shares or anything like that. Cash in the bank is like 850 million or something like that.
Okay. I noticed the owner of Amazon took over Bill Gates as the richest man in the world, though, didn't he?
Or is it 850 billion?
850 billion, I'd say, mate.
Yeah, probably billion.
Is that 1,000 million or?
Okay, this will break your mind.
Okay.
Apple have got cash in the bank.
Right.
$256 billion.
Right. Okay.
Dollars. That's like enough money to buy the planet, isn't it? At this point.
Yeah, I would have said so.
Like, what? No wonder their shareholders get shitty with them for not paying out dividends.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with that money? You're not doing anything. They're not going around buying companies and stuff.
Just sitting on it.
Occasionally they'll be like, "Oh, we bought Beats for like $4 billion," but I just don't. That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Stop buying their phones. They've got enough money.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't need any more money to exist forever, at all. So yeah, back on Defenders for a second. So I've seen some comments around the internet about people saying, "Oh yeah, they've obviously not given Danny Rand's character too much screen time when he's fighting because of all the backlash and everything that everyone was saying about the choreography from his season 1." Turns out it's not true because they were shooting the finale for the Defenders when Iron Fist was premiering.
Really?
Yeah. So if you think there's a lack of screen time for Danny Rand, it's purely coincidental. Mm. Where's it going to go, do you reckon? Defenders.
Don't know. I haven't finished it, have I?
But we've got characters that we've met along the way. Like, for instance...
I'm not bothered. At this point,
you're not bothered.
I haven't finished it. I'm not bothered.
You don't think you'd watch follow-up seasons of anything, except for maybe Daredevil 3, I expect?
Daredevil Season 3 and Punisher.
Right.
I'm on board with.
Okay.
Blade can turn up at some point and some of that.
That'd be cool. Yeah. But, I thought...
And Spider-Man.
It might have been a good opportunity to introduce him in this story arc, because they were doing stuff with blood and, rebirth and things like that. I thought Blade might turn up, but no, sadly not. However, has anything happened to Misty Knight in the episodes that you've seen, or is that just in the final one?
Who's Misty Knight?
The
cop.
The black cop, yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Do you know about her from the comics?
No.
Okay. Do you want to know a little bit of something about her? No,
definitely not. I haven't finished it yet. You're already itching to. You're like, has something happened to her yet?
Okay.
And I'm like, no.
Now
I know something does.
For those of you that know something special about Misty Knight, from the comics. Well, there's an image out for Luke Cage Season 2 showing her with the thing in question. So you can go out and find that somewhere. Her character and Colleen Wing, they've got like a duo thing going on in the comics as well, Ross, called the Daughters of the Dragon. So that could be a Netflix thing at some point.
Who's that?
Colleen Wing, so that's the girl from Game of Thrones, plays one of the Sand Snakes.
Yeah.
And Misty Knight, the female cop.
Okay.
So they've got a thing in the comics. They are a duo called Daughters of the Dragon.
But
so,
only one of them's in it. So.
No, they're both in it.
Oh, you mean Danny Rand's girlfriend?
Yeah. That's right, Colleen Wing, yeah. So, what, girlfriend?
I don't know.
Friend,
I just
girl,
assumed
buddy?
they were girlfriend. I just assumed.
They're just buddies, I think.
Like she gets cut up. She's like has a samurai sword.
Yeah.
Samurai.
She's got a very cool samurai sword. But so yes. Anyway, so overall, I didn't think it was too bad.
Is that because there's been quite a few misses?
Yeah, probably. It was more of a hit than anything else. Like I said, with bloody, it's better than Iron Fist, and that's very easy to do.
If they'd have thought about Luke Cage and Iron Fist and maybe rolled it into one season, it would have been better.
Yes, I'd have liked to have seen that, I think. And I think that's already been said by a couple of people. So, yeah, there are people out there that agree.
And then we would have had this a year early as well, wouldn't we?
Yeah, true.
And then it would be Daredevil Season 3 now and Jessica Jones Season 2.
Yep, there you go.
So, yeah, watch it, apparently.
It's going to set up for, I think Daredevil Season 3 is going to be like a storyline called Daredevil Reborn. So, by the looks of it, you'll know what I mean when you get to the end. But that's a pretty famous story arc from the comics. If you guys know about it, it's like Kingpin just takes away everything from Daredevil, and everything's just screwed, and he has to start again from nothing. So, literally, Daredevil Reborn, quite a good comic apparently.
Cool. I'm done with the samurai stuff and the Eastern things now.
Yeah.
Give me some just like
back to street level junkies and
just,
cleaning up the streets.
Yeah. Or just Kingpin. I like a bit of crime.
Kingpin.
But it's like, we're ancient people who live forever.
Kingpin's a cool character though. He's going, we can't be done with him. He's going to turn up in Punisher as well, I expect. Right, yeah. So other stuff related to Marvel. Deadpool 2 has cast Eddie Marsan. Do you know the guy?
No.
He was in Atomic Blonde very, very recently. Did you see a show called Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell?
No.
Okay, that's worth a watch. He was in that.
Okay.
He's like he's a character actor. You'll recognise him from
He's
so many
in
different
loads of
things.
But
he's
just one of those actors you never learn their name.
You'll definitely recognise him. So he's going to be in Deadpool 2. Deadpool 1, the bad guy, Ajax. Do you remember him? The main dude that he's trying to find at the beginning. He's
maybe
trying to track down this guy.
Is it the guy who made him?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, vaguely.
Right. Okay. So that actor, whose name is Ed Skrein, was just cast as Ben Daimio. I think that's how you say the name. A Japanese-American character from Hellboy.
Yep.
The sequel.
I know this.
Yes, he's pulled out, right?
He's pulled out.
He has, which is interesting.
He's taken the moral high ground, and hopefully it will be a lesson to Hollywood.
Well, it kind of puts the studio under pressure to actually hire somebody of race, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, we'll see how that works out. But it's pretty disappointing for him, I expect. He was quite excited for the part.
Yeah, but he'll get jobs for doing what he's done.
Yeah, I suppose so. But
he's certainly not made himself any sort of pariah.
It'll put him on the map a bit, won't it? So yeah, we had some Channing Tatum news as well about Gambit, the movie.
Yeah, what's he doing in it? Oh, he's Gambit.
That's right, yeah. So basically, he's gone to press and said, look, we're starting over. So they're going to try and make it a bit more like a Logan movie, a bit kind of outside of the main continuity.
Has he been in any of the X-Men yet?
No.
Why not? Everyone loves him.
Gambit. Oh, he was in Wolverine Origins.
Properly.
A bit of a bit part, but yeah.
Yeah.
He was in there. He was done quite well.
No, when I mean properly, was he like a shit Deadpool?
No, he was actually, chucking around cards that were charged with kinetic energy or whatever it is that he uses.
Everyone loves him, but I can imagine he's not been done properly because translates the screen really weirdly.
Well,
doesn't it?
What's the accent that he's got? French American, isn't it?
Is it French Canadian?
No, it's French American. There's
I don't think you have French American.
Cajuns, no?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it is Cajuns. Yeah.
What, like Cajun chicken?
Yeah, like Cajun chicken. But I don't know if that's because the word Cajun comes from something like Afrikaan or something like that
Who
as
knows?
well. Who knows? But yeah, I'm sure Cajuns are French Americans. If I'm not right, then somebody can write in and let us know, can't they?
Yep.
snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. So yeah, Gambit being outside of the main continuity and like being like a Logan type movie.
This is to be honest, mate, I'm so sick of X-Men because it's just Fox going, if we don't make another movie, we're gonna have to give it back.
Fair enough. But the success of Logan specifically, do you know why it's important?
Why?
Because if it's going to trigger other movies to do what Channing Tatum and their crew, the Gambit crew, are planning to do with the Gambit movie, it's also...
Which bit do you mean? They completely start again or make something a bit more...
The outside of continuity, specifically.
Right.
DC movies are going to start doing it, because obviously they've seen that Logan and Deadpool have worked, so they're thinking, right, we'll just try that. So
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But then most movies are. It's only when Marvel come along and go, right, we're going to do all these movies and then they're all going to link together every 5 years.
Yeah. So do you think we'll end up with the age of the connected universe dissipating a little bit? And everything will be a bit more fragmented. Is that good or not?
Do you know what? I think will be quite an important milestone with that.
Yeah.
Is what they do with Star Wars after Episode 9.
True.
Do they start a new saga?
They could.
Or do they just go, no, every year it's going to be a different Star Wars movie about a character that we don't need a movie about?
That is the intention, isn't it, I think? To do like, what are they called? A Star Wars story movies.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, that'll... And also how well Avengers 3 gets received will...
Yeah, true.
Probably.
But Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Avengers, apparently they're going to set up a whole new bunch of characters using those films. So I think Marvel will continue with this shared universe, personally. So yeah.
Well, and don't forget Universal Monsters, shared universe, and the 48 Transformers movies that are coming out.
Yeah. This is true. And the chaos that both of those franchises are going to bring with them.
Are we getting a Hasbro shared universe? Did we talk about that?
Hasbro, that's Transformers, G.I. Joe.
It's just every toy at this point, isn't it? Well, no, pretty much. All joking around, Hasbro, whether they're parent company or not, they pretty much own most
true.
toys.
Yeah, very, very true.
Can Turtles be in that?
Don't know. But they are definitely discussing a G.I. Joe Mask and Micronauts shared universe.
Yeah, that's fucking mental. Who wanted to link those three together? That's like I don't take this the wrong way. That's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid's gone to had his Make-A-Wish and he's gone to them and he's gone and I want a film, but it's got to have Micronauts in it and it's got to have G.I. Joe and Transformers and the Turtles, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Well, there's talk of it being linked to the Transformers franchise as well, but it's already crazy enough. It could happen, couldn't it? Who knows? However, right, this thing about bloody making movies outside of the main continuities of stuff. One person in particular has seen this as a golden opportunity to bring back a franchise that I know you're going to love, and it's David Hasselhoff, and he's pushing for a Knight Rider movie.
Yeah, we talked about this.
No, we didn't.
No, we talked about a Knight Rider movie, didn't we, in one of our previous podcasts?
We spoke about David Hasselhoff specifically and played some of his music, but we didn't. It wasn't a Knight Rider movie we were talking about at the time. This is a new thing. Yeah,
do you know what? They could do a Knight Rider movie now and they wouldn't even need the guy. They would just make the car.
Maybe.
Just be automated.
However, we're talking about David Hasselhoff specifically saying, yeah, I want it to be like Logan, with like Michael Knight being all like old and gnarly and...
What, because you're old and gnarly and
exactly.
So drunk that you can't eat a hamburger. I'm so drunk, I'm just eating a burger off the floor. Have you seen that video?
No, I've not.
Right, when he was like full alcoholic, and
right.
he told his daughter to, like, every time he was like that, just film him and put it on the internet.
Oh, really?
Sort him out. And he's literally laying up against a wall, just eating his burger off the floor, and like it's just going everywhere. Like, you know, like how messy a Big Mac is.
Yeah,
it's like that. It's hilarious.
So we can find it online.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll link that on our Facebook page. Sounds amazing. The DC Universe stuff related to that, the stuff outside of the main continuity, for some reason they're doing a Joker prequel.
Yeah, this is fucking bollocks, isn't it?
With Martin Scorsese producing and Todd Phillips co-writing and directing. But do we want a Joker origin story?
Do you know, in my mind, the Joker origin story starts immediately at the end credits of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's a movie. It should be a movie about mental illness, isn't it? Shouldn't it?
True.
But it's not going to be. It's just going to be about a guy with shit tattoos and pink hair being a knobhead.
But it's outside of the continuity, so they can go with a completely different style of Joker again as well.
Or they just make a really long version of the first 10 minutes of the Batman. Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, true. But that's the thing, actually. I don't think anybody ever actually complained about the fact that Jack Nicholson's character had an origin story in Batman.
And they've confirmed that's canon now, isn't it? Not that particular version, but that's canon. That's his name.
Right, I see.
I'm sure
Jack
I've
Napier,
read that.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. But classically, in the comics, the Joker doesn't have an origin. But
yeah, I know. He turns up in that game, doesn't he? Were you playing it when the Telltale Batman game? That's not very good.
Okay.
He turns up. You end up in Arkham.
Right.
Like Harvey Dent stitched you up and put you in there.
Right.
And that's when you meet the Joker for the first.
Does he tell you about his origins?
No, of course he doesn't.
He meets the Joker for the first time in that game.
Yeah,
right,
he's just in the
Okay. So is he wearing makeup and stuff?
Do you know what? If you tell enough origin stories enough times, then they all just turn into one mush of nothing.
Yeah, true.
They cancel each other out.
Yeah, and people will lose interest as well.
Yep.
That's the trouble. Sometimes you're better off not having an origin story for a character, I think. The Joker being one of them. Why? They keep doing it as well. This isn't the first time that somebody's tried to force an origin story for the Joker on us. Obviously, you've got the Batman movie. Whatever they're going to do with this one. But you had a really weird one in the comics a little while ago where there's this character who he's been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Something to do with the fact that he was a caveman, but he came into contact with a meteorite, and he's lived ever since. So I say hundreds of years, thousands of years. So this character is obviously quite intelligent and very well to do.
Brilliant in pub quizzes.
Yeah, probably.
General knowledge is exceptional.
Absolutely.
Easily bored though.
But for some reason, DC Comics decided to say, okay, the Joker was also a caveman that came into contact with a meteorite, and the fact that he's been around for all this time has driven him mental. That's bullshit.
It's just bollocks, isn't it?
It is terrible.
What I have just realised though is the problem with origin stories are one thing because they're all right, but it's when you tell a really short origin story in a film and then it has to be a flashback.
Yeah.
And then that's when it's bad. But it's also just made me realise why Lost is so bad.
Go on.
Because it's 4 or 5 seasons of non-stop origin stories, isn't it?
I suppose so.
It's origin stories and flashbacks. That's the whole premise of that TV show is origin stories and flashbacks. There's even flashbacks to previous seasons.
It's just true.
Shittest program ever.
Yeah.
Fucking hate.
I've never seen it, but yeah,
watch it.
I started it, but I saw like the half of the first season and then realised that I was going to hate it and just didn't bother.
Yeah, pilot's good though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was all right. DC, right? So we've also got a Joker and Harley Quinn movie with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. That's happening. That's expected shortly after the currently in development Suicide Squad 2, which has been fast tracked for 2019, which I'm sure you'll love.
Yeah, great. Woohoo. Mel Gibson and Ridley Scott are co-directing it, aren't
they? The Batman movie that's being directed by what's his face that did Planet of the Apes.
I can't remember his name. I know you mean.
That one is actually, despite what's being said in the news, ignore it all. That one is definitely part of the DC extended universe. So none of this weird outside of the main continuity stuff. And Patty Jenkins is returning to direct Wonder Woman, the sequel.
With a proper paycheck as well, apparently.
I hope so, yeah. For her bloody sake. Well, and the rest of bloody women working in
the other
film
51% of the whole entire planet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a bit of a shit of that. So, yeah. Here's something you will like, Ross. Well, actually, no, you won't. I know you won't. Sorry, I'm going to let you down here. The Queen biopic.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
Oh, God, it could be loads of things it could be called, couldn't it?
Go on, have a guess.
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
These are the days of our lives.
Okay.
No, it's not. But that was an example of a guess.
Yeah.
It's called Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is it?
It is.
That's weird, isn't it?
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. I would have called it Who Wants to Live Forever.
Gives away the ending, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, because it's the formative years. So it's like the band, like, as quite young people.
Do you know when this film needs to finish?
Go on.
It's the minute they walk off stage at the end of Band Aid.
Why? What happened then?
Because they just... Have you ever seen it?
No.
Right. It does. Anyone who's listening to this, if you're not a particularly fan of Queen, or you just have... Probably... If you're my age, then you've probably just been badly informed and grew up with a chip on your shoulder going, no, I can only like proper indie bands and funk, shit like that. Or you're just a tasteless idiot, yeah? Go and watch it's on YouTube. Go and watch Queen at Band Aid in, I don't know, 85, 86, something like that.
We can link it, right?
And they chose not... all the other big acts were just fighting over who was going to go last, because that's still a thing. Like
Right.
Bands do this in pubs now, don't they?
True.
Local band. We've got 20 more followers than you. We need to go on last. No one was going on last. A bad idea anyway. You just want to have a couple of beers by then, right? So Queen go, no, we'll go on then, and they picked the spot and they went on at tea time, and literally everyone came home, turned their TVs on, and it was just, and they did that. They did this set where it got dark while they were doing it as well.
Best time. Yeah.
And they absolutely smashed it.
Right.
And were just incredible. You've just never seen anything like it.
Right.
And they were quite short sets because it was over the course of a day. Like, I think it was 40 minutes. Each band had 40 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, and then watch that. Then go on the internet and read up about that gig, and then you'll read things like Elton John just saying to them straight away afterwards, "There's no point in anyone else going out after that."
Right.
And you'll just wait. Oh, that band is brilliant.
Right. Cool. So on to the biopic. Then, so the main cast has been chosen for the rest of the band. So you got Ben Hardy. These names don't mean anything to me, to be honest. I don't really know any of them. Ben Hardy, Joe Mazzello, and I think it's Gwilym Lee. Mean anything to you?
Yeah, some of those names do. Are they all British, like TV actors and stuff? Yeah.
Well, the British, quite young looking actors. Yeah. But I know you were quite looking forward to Sacha Baron Cohen playing...
Well, he's probably too old now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is compared to the rest of the cast, and he's pulled out anyway before they've been announced.
So they haven't cast Freddie Mercury yet?
They have, and it's Rami Malek from Mr. Robot.
Oh, what? Bulgy eyes?
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
It makes sense, like, featurely, doesn't it? Is that a word?
I just can't get over that stigmatism.
Facial
it's
featurely.
It's insane. I've got a bit of a starey stigmatism, but his stigmatism is insane.
Yeah, true.
He doesn't have round eyes. His eyes are the shape of rugby balls.
If you look at actual footage of him in interviews outside of Mr. Robot, he's not really acting in Mr. Robot either, so it's not like he's pushing his eyes out a bit extra or anything like that, you know.
Yeah. The other thing is, this is a movie that needs to be like a 15 or an 18 and just deal with all the AIDS and...
Yeah, the drugs and everything, yeah.
And the homosexuality.
Yeah, yeah.
And
did he ever get arrested?
The fun. I don't think he did.
No?
No, I don't. I think he died before he got to that unhappy bit where he needed to go and do a bit of cottaging.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were the biggest band in the world, weren't they, when he got AIDS?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He had a long-time partner though, didn't he? I think.
Yeah.
All of
this
will be in the movie, I'm sure.
All these half facts.
Yeah, yeah. We shall see. Well, I'm quite looking forward to it. I don't know when it's being released, but yes. Do you like Jumper?
I was just about to say, is that the one with Gordon Joseph Lovitz or whatever his name is? Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Matey from Die Hard.
Have I got the wrong movie? Oh no, it's Looper. No?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And I know it's not Jumper.
Okay, so Jumper was the one that was a complete missed opportunity.
What was the one with guy from Return? What's the one with Anakin Skywalker in?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that Jumper?
Yeah, yeah.
Never seen it.
Have you not?
Why no? It's got
it's got Hayden Christensen in it. Why would I watch it?
My shitty acting is ruining Saga. To quote Kevin Smith.
The sand, it gets in everywhere. Yes, so Jamie Bell, the guy that played, what's his name, Ballerina Boy.
Yeah, Billy Elliot. He's been in other stuff since. He's a pretty good actor.
He is, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't be pigeonholing him, should I? But he is going to be in a TV reboot of Jumper, which I think is probably good because they really, really missed the mark with the fucking film. I don't know. You should go and watch it if you've not seen it. Just for if you've got an hour to spend and you want to spend it watching something that you'll dislike for some reason.
I'll probably watch Defenders.
Yeah. Jumper is it's a pretty terrible movie and a massively, really, really popular book. That's the thing, you know. And I think there are a lot of people that were so gutted that the film turned out to be so bad. Samuel L. Jackson's character is quite interesting in it. Because the premise is that these people can just teleport from one place to the other, and like there are like a few people in the world that have this power, and Samuel L. Jackson's job is to catch the jumpers, persecute them for some strange reason. So yeah,
without spoiling it, how do you catch somebody who can teleport?
He's got one of these special little like.
Oh, of course, a MacGuffin.
He's got a MacGuffin.
He's got a sonic screwdriver.
He's got a MacGuffin web.
Yeah, brilliant.
That
he
he
bought
uses.
a sonic screwdriver, did he?
And
did he bring the Matrix of Leadership as well? And the Death Star plans.
And the Death Star plans, definitely. But yeah, interestingly though, it's not the only Stephen Gould book that's being made right now.
The other one, Looper.
No, the other one's not Looper. There's a book called Impulse, apparently. That's heading for YouTube Red. So I don't know which one is going to get here first. We'll see. Do you watch anything on YouTube Red?
No, is this YouTube subscription service?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nor have I.
There's only a finite amount of subscription services I will pay for.
Fair enough. Netflix, though, however, Black Mirror Season 4, Ross.
Yeah, I'm up for that. There's still one episode I haven't seen, which is the one with the ginger lady from Jurassic World.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't seen that
That's
one?
the only one I haven't seen.
My
it's like
God.
the first episode of the new season,
It's
isn't it?
bloody amazing. In
Well,
actual fact,
they're
they're all
amazing.
bloody good. In actual fact, some of them are more bloody gooder than others. But yeah, that one specifically, the one about the it's a rating service on social media or social life, I suppose.
Is it like Meow Meow Beans from Community?
I don't know. Is
You
it?
never seen Community? Have
I've
you?
seen some of it, but what's
There's
Meow Meow Beans?
a episode where everyone gets his app and like how you get rated on Meow Meow Beans, and then the whole campus gets so into it they build a society based around Meow Meow Beans.
Right. Okay. And what do you get rated for your interactions?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it is just like that.
Yeah.
But it means that, you know, you can't have a certain job if you're below a certain status. So you've got to have, like, there are people in life that will only be able to apply for certain jobs if they've been rated more than 4.5 out of 5 throughout the whole of their lifetime, sort of thing. Or they've got an average rating of above 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, that sounds good. It sounds like I want to watch this.
You really should. It's scarily close. The other day, I made a phone call to a guy at the pub. Hello, Jules, if you're listening. Using the Facebook messaging service, telephone,
Yep.
Dewberry Flip. And at the end of it, it said, rate your call. And I thought, am I rating him? Or am I rating the quality of the call? It just made me think of it straight away. It's scarily close to where we could be going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with Black Mirror. A lot of them are like that.
We'll
aren't
burn it all down before that happens.
they? Do you think?
Yeah.
Somebody will launch a nuke.
No, that's happening now anyway.
So yeah, there is a teaser trailer out for Black Mirror Season 4. There isn't an air date yet. I'm hoping it's going to be this year. We'll see. The Tick, though, that's out on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime.
But you do have other ways of watching things on the internet.
Yeah.
Bay of Pirates and that sort of thing. It's out there. It's kicking around. You can go and watch it. I'm going to try and check out an episode this evening, actually. See what it's like. You haven't seen The Tick, have you? The original cartoon or TV show. It's a real tongue-in-cheek superhero thing. I recommend it. If you fancy it, go and give it a watch. Stranger Things.
Yeah, the seasons 3 and 4.
Season 3 and 4, is it?
No, yeah, I thought I read seasons 3 and 4.
Season 3 has definitely been confirmed.
I heard completely the opposite of that when they were talking about season 2. They were done.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Are they going to just smash it out again, or are they going to start with new kids?
I don't know. They have said something along the lines of, look, it's a bit weird if something freaky keeps on happening to these kids in this town once every year.
Do you know what the freaky thing is? They age over a year in the space of like a month in the TV show.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And it's worse with the boys because all of a sudden they just literally turn into teenagers.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, now I shave and smoke rollies.
Voices break, balls drop.
That's what happened to
Beards
Matey
grow.
from Lost. He got written out of the show because he just growth spurt.
Really?
He instantly went from like 14 to a man.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, we're going to have to kill you off.
Like, I can't believe they kept with the same guy for Bran in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's true.
Because in Mad Men, his son, I think 3 different kids played his son.
Oh, really?
In Mad Men.
Just to
which went
keep
on
him
for
looking
about
the same age?
No, they just can't. I think you can't be overly contractually controlling of like kids of that age.
Right.
If they want to walk or their parents decide they want to walk, then they can.
Huh.
Yeah, they 3 different kids played Don Draper's son.
Right.
Across like 7 seasons.
I suppose they're quite
Whereas
lucky.
Bran, they just cover him in fur and put him in a wheelchair, even though he's clearly about 6 foot tall.
They're quite lucky to have kept the same characters, the same actors then, I suppose, aren't they, with all of the child actors that were in it?
Yeah, luckily Arya was I think she was never going to be tall.
Right.
And I think more time's gone past them than the TV show. Like, more time goes past in the books, doesn't it, anyway?
Well, that's something we'll cover on Friday when we're talking about the show with Bobbin, like time passing and how the hell you can move around.
The only actor I can think of that's changed is the guy who played Dario Arnasa.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He went off on another job, didn't he? And
but the new guy was brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought the new guy was way better.
It was
It's going to be
confusing for
weird
5 minutes, wasn't it?
If I went back and rewatched it, it would be weird for those like 4 episodes that he's in it.
Oh, no, another guy, actually, another character who was played by several different people.
Who?
The Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
But it's probably not. You wouldn't notice
But
because
he's
he's wearing a
barely
helmet
in
most of the
season
time.
1 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, true.
Cuts his head off his horse. That's it.
Absolutely. Can you believe I mentioned that scene where the Mountain cuts the bloody head off his horse to my other half the other day, and she couldn't remember it. It's like,
It's like 7 years ago, Chris.
Yeah, but still, that's a really kind of like, gee, it's one of those moments where you think, fuck me, this show's going to be fucking serious. Really made me sit up and go, Jesus Christ, you know.
I might watch it all again before season 8.
Yeah, well, again, I've got stuff to say about that.
But
Friday,
we'll talk about it.
it. Sticking with TV, Galaxy Quest. Do you like Galaxy Quest, Ross?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
I've only seen it once.
Probably worth another watch
I
at some point.
struggle to remember what's Galaxy Quest and what's Star Trek at this point.
Okay.
But you can't. I don't think you can really like one without the other.
Well, one's really, really funny, though.
Yeah, they're both really funny. Have you ever seen William Shatner?
Well, yeah, true. Still, we are definitely, by the looks of it, getting a Galaxy Quest TV show.
Yep.
Being written by Paul Scheer, who's the guy that wrote Veep and Fresh Off the Boat. So, good comedy writer.
Do you know what they should do with this?
Go on.
They should do a thing where they do Galaxy Quest Next Generation. And so they've got a whole new crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a new TV show.
Right.
And so then people can turn up in bit parts from the original cast, like they do. And then the fucking same thing happens to them. And they're like, we're just people from a TV show. But you're the next generation.
Yeah.
And just riff on Star Trek even more.
Maybe. Or bump into the crew from the Orville, maybe.
What's that?
That's the Family Guy writer, jobby one. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
I
That's
fucking
on.
hate that I know his name. Do you remember when he's funny? Right up until something dark side.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that could work quite well. They did a crossover. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. But Galaxy Quest TV show, I think that could work very, very well. We shall see.
I disagree with you then, but I disagree because I think that fucking thing with Seth MacFarlane's going to be bollocks.
Yeah, well, I have hopes.
Yeah, but you do for everything.
It's okay to have hopes.
I like the fact that to you every day's Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Yeah, it is true. Very positive when it comes to most things.
Apart from time.
And people.
Tardiness.
Right, British television. Do you like Alan Partridge?
Aha.
Is that a yes?
Aha, indeed it is.
So he's
On
coming
the
back.
radio.
He's coming back to do a 25th anniversary special. Later.
Is he going to shoot somebody with a gun that he didn't know was loaded that ruined his career?
Did that happen?
Yes, I know me knowing you. He shoots somebody in the last episode.
Oh, really?
Oh, no one told me the gun was loaded.
Oh, wow.
Shit, I can't do a very good Alan Partridge impression, can I?
Look, anyway, this is all being written by Armando Iannucci and Alan Partridge, which is
Steve Coogan.
Steve Coogan, sorry, which is good. So, because obviously it's always worked in the past. And there'll be a special on BBC Two before the end of the year, and a full series on BBC One in 2018.
Yep, that sounds brilliant.
Cool.
Because they're two of the greatest writers of their generation.
Absolutely. Did you see the movie, the Alan Partridge movie?
Yep.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Quick interlude. We do this sometimes on our podcast where we talk about audiobooks that are brilliant for particular reasons. Alan Partridge's autobiography
yes, I've heard this,
is read by Steve Coogan as Alan Partridge.
It's fantastic.
And so he just goes off topic. Or I don't know if it's actually in the book because I've only listened to the audiobook. He just starts talking to you and like
just rambling on about stuff. Yeah, I think it might be the book. I'm pretty sure it might be word for word, but who knows? It's very good. So yeah, you got that and League of Gentlemen. Did you like that?
I saw bits of it. That's the locals. Is that the one?
Local shop
I was
for
getting
local
muddled
people.
with Stella Street as well. Is it the one with the weird people and Robert De Niro? And they're like, no, they're two different shows.
Weird People and Robert De Niro?
Yeah, or I always get the League of Gentlemen and Stella Street muddled up, so I'm like, is it the one about the weird village where Al Pacino and Robert De Niro live down the same street? And they're like, no, two different shows.
Yeah, definitely two different shows. I don't know.
Stella Street's the one where it's the impressions of famous people, but they all live in the same road.
Oh,
you must have seen it.
Never seen it.
And
no.
Michael Caine's just the guy who twitches, is a curtain twitcher.
Right. No, I've not seen it. Is
it
worth watching?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
League of Gentlemen's worth watching as well. I
don't like weird things like that.
It's
It'll
fucking
weird me
dark,
out.
isn't it?
Like, I don't like Craig, going to mention you 2 weeks in a row, but Craig Marriott loves shit like that.
Yeah.
He's like, 90 Night, he thinks 90 Night's the greatest comedy ever. It's not, it's horrible. It's just not funny.
Fair enough.
Mighty Boosh, fuck off Mighty Boosh.
Wow.
Apart from Crack Fox.
League of Gentlemen is like Crack Fox on crack, isn't it? That's the thing. It's like that dark all the way through, especially when you get to season 3 as well, because they fucking removed all the canned laughter. So it just, it's like when you tell a joke and then it's just dead air. But also, the joke has been so horrific that you don't know how to respond.
Also, it's so satire. It's not just comedy; it's satire in a way because you're like, yeah, a few people I know are only a couple of left hands away from being like that, aren't they?
This is true. We do live on the Isle of Wight. Yeah. Sorry, Isle of Wighters. Anyone that lives in Ventnor,
mate,
hello.
Just up the road from our house, up the road from both of our houses is a little house where they sell bait. Which, to anyone who doesn't know what fishing is this thing, like they literally sell the stuff that you put on the end of your fishing rod, yeah. And it's so weird that they just sit outside on the pavement on plastic seats, and people just turn up, and they've got that one of those dangly bead things in their doorway because their front door's always open.
Yeah.
And people go in there for their ragworm to go fishing.
And the wife is literally a fishwife.
But it probably turns out that they're selling, like they're international drug smugglers.
Probably.
I walked down the road, mate. He's like, I just from walking up to the shop, like probably once a week. He's like, all right, Nipper. I'm like, yeah, good day, innit? Yeah. I'm like, you're still sat there, just waiting for someone to come in on the way fishing. It's literally, and it's just they're literally characters that could be in a comedy.
Very true, actually. Yeah, I shall look at them in a different light next time they say hello to me.
Come in and bite some bait. We made it out to children.
Some sweet Mexican black bait. Anyway, League of Gentlemen, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah, so they're going to return for 3 special episodes as well. No date announced, but it will be this year, definitely.
That'll be Christmas then.
Well, yeah, it could be actually, couldn't it? Because they did Christmas specials.
On 2.
And in the meantime, there's a 4th season of Inside Number 9 from the League of Gentlemen guy.
Yeah, somebody else mentioned I should watch that as well.
Oh, it's 2 of them, I think. Shearsmith and Pemberton. But that's due this year as well. So yeah, loads of British comedy stuff happening as well. That's cool.
I like British comedy.
So do I.
But I don't like it as well.
And that's about it, really. We've got some trailers, though, that I think are worth watching this week, which we will link on our Facebook page. One of them is Arnie in a movie called Killing Gunther.
Yep.
It's an American mockumentary action comedy written and directed by Taron Killam, whoever he is. But the trailer looks very entertaining. Blade Runner 2049, that had an international trailer. Did you see it?
No, I'm not watching. I don't need to see any trailers for that movie.
I'm going to stay away from trailers myself as well, but there is another one out there.
I'm a little bit loath to watch there's got to be, the Star Wars trailer must be imminent. Mustn't it?
I would have thought so, yeah.
I'm loath to watch that, although I feel like I need to get a little bit pumped for it.
We've gotten most of the way through the summer season without a Star Wars trailer, actually. That's quite weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Thor this year?
Yes, November.
Yeah, so I'll probably go to cinema and watch that.
Right, BoJack Horseman. Have you seen that?
No, it just doesn't appeal to me.
No?
Nah. Mate, look how long it took me to get into Rick and Morty. I'm not going to start watching a fucking program that's a cross between King of the Hill and a horse.
King of the Hill and just a horse. You could have gone with King of the Hill and Mr. Ed.
Yeah, I don't.
God, you're that demotivated by the idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, but season 4 is coming like really soon, 8th of September. That's fucking great for me. I love it. I know Paul that is on the show with us as well loves BoJack Horseman. So
yeah, like both Paul and Craig are quite good filters for things I know I don't need to watch. They just sit
Human
a little
filters.
too. They just sit a little too out of left field for me on some things.
Right, fair enough. But yeah, 8th of September. Honestly, if you've not seen BoJack Horseman and you like a bit of animation stuff that's got some real heart to it, but is very funny as well at the same time, it's got a stellar cast, really worth watching. All 3 seasons are available. I think all of them are on Netflix. I'm pretty sure Netflix are definitely responsible for season 3 and 4. So yeah, they're out there. Go and watch it. Little Evil got a trailer this week. You heard about that?
No, that's a movie with Adam Sandler in it.
No, it's Adam Scott and Evangeline Lilly.
What, Adam Scott Houghton?
No.
Oh. Yeah, he's not famous enough to be in the movie.
Not yet. Although I see he's been filming some stuff this week. But
yeah, but everyone's got a camera built into their phone now.
So damning. Jesus. If you're listening to this, Adam, come on, mate. Get that career off the ground. But still, Adam Scott and Evangeline Lilly are in Little Evil, and it's a Netflix horror comedy directed by the guy that did Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Did you see that?
No, but I've heard good things about that.
It's very good. Yeah, it takes all like your typical horror tropes and just turns it on its head.
They spoke about that on a podcast I was listening to this week.
Right, okay. It's probably because of this, I
yeah.
expect. So
yeah, I think it was exactly because of that.
Okay.
So, what, like a Cabin in the Woods?
A bit like a Cabin in the Woods.
I might watch that then. I really enjoyed Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods was a bit more kind of... What was the thing?
Especially when Thor tries to jump the gap.
Thor tries to jump the gap?
Yeah.
In Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah. Or his brother. It's one of the
Oh, you mean
the
bloody... the actor. Right, okay.
Yeah.
What part of the film's that?
Right towards the end.
So...
just spoilers for Cabin in the Woods. If you haven't seen it, it's brilliant. Just fast forward 30 seconds. Right. Cabin in the Woods, they go into that thing and it's a bit of a mirage, isn't it? So he tries to jump the gap on this motorbike. They've escaped from the cabin.
Oh, right, yeah, and he smacks into some sort of a barrier.
Into the actual version of the barrier, because the gap's just a projection.
Yeah, okay.
It's literally a pastiche of the black hole on the wall thing from cartoons. So
does he die?
Yeah.
And that's how he dies? Oh, is it electrocuted or something?
And also just falls to his death.
Right.
So, yeah, bike blows up, everything. Yeah.
So what's the premise in that one? So it's all been all the monsters
demons
and things.
Can come out, and we have to sacrifice humans to demons like every year.
Right, so
it's all secret.
They're using things like werewolves and monsters and stuff, though, aren't they? Is that the thing where they're releasing them slowly and they go underground and there's like loads of like werewolves and monsters and things? I am thinking of the right movie, though, aren't I? Where they end up underground and there's
it's Josh Whedon movie, and
compartments.
You can tell it's just a really long. It's like a movie-length Buffy episode. That was at some point was probably in his mind as an episode of Buffy.
Yeah,
but yeah.
There are cells, right, with lots of different movie monsters and stuff.
Yeah. That's right towards the end. Once they break
right.
out of the cabin and get into the what's it called? Like the facility.
Okay. So, yeah, and a good ending, I thought. I enjoyed that movie. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is like, so that the kids go off into the forest and Tucker and Dale are there. That's just where they live. They just live in a cabin in the woods. And the kids see something happen with Tucker and Dale and they immediately think that they're like freaky, like redneck murderers.
Right.
And spend their time running away from Tucker and Dale, who are chasing after them, saying, "It's okay, guys, we're just normal people. It's all right, you don't need to run away." And one of them falls on a spike and gets killed, and then that just keeps adding fuel to the fire constantly, over and over. It's very funny. It's definitely worth a watch. That's not talking about Little Evil. Oh, it is talking about Little Evil.
That was talking about Little Evil.
Little Evil, on the other hand, is being released on the 1st of September. Also Netflix, and it's like a take on The Omen. So it's like little kiddie, like...
Or Rosemary's Baby.
Or Rosemary's Baby, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because Rosemary's Baby, the baby hasn't been born yet. In this one, the kid is definitely there.
I'm a little demon.
And it's a comedy, is it?
It's a comedy. So this
Good,
guy
because
starts...
I can't handle The Omen. It's freaky as fuck.
This guy starts dating a woman, I think, and her baby is obviously pure evil. And, yeah, worth a watch.
Cool.
And the last one, George Clooney is directing a movie called Suburbicon.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
It's getting some buzz. The trailer looks very good. Again, we'll link it on our Facebook page. It's a dark crime comedy set in the 1950s, which means it was written by...
James Ellroy.
No, the other ones. Brothers. Who else writes dark crime comedy?
Don't know. James Ellroy doesn't write comedy, does he?
Oh, I see.
Oh, Coen Brothers.
Coen Brothers, yeah. So apparently they wrote it in the 1980s, and it's just been sat there for a while, and George Clooney's picked it up and gone, well, fucking hell, that's fucking amazing. So we'll have some of that. George Clooney's directing it. It's got Matt Damon, Oscar Isaac, and Julianne Moore on board as stars.
Is it an LA Noir?
It is an LA Noir.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you know the best LA Noir ever?
Go on.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, okay, I'd be inclined to
you
agree.
watch
That's
that as
very
an
good.
adult and you go, that's a brilliant film.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a proper LA Noir detective tale with just loads of cartoons in it.
Yeah, true. And loads of adult humour that you don't pick up on.
I joke. It's not as good as LA
as a
Confidential,
kid.
but it's very good.
You were the same age as me, so you were at a stage when you knew what they were talking about when they were playing Patty Cake,
I don't
right?
really... No.
No?
I remember the first time I watched that, I just thought it was hilarious.
Right.
For all the reasons it should be hilarious, and I watch it now and you just go, this film's fucking brilliant.
It's filthy.
But it's just brilliant as well.
There we go. Yeah, speaking of steamrollers, Terry Pratchett, did you hear that on the news today? His hard drive with 10 finished, or I think it's 10 unfinished novels, it was his wish that they were run over by a steamroller.
Really?
Yeah, that happened today.
Brilliant. He literally the opposite of Tolkien.
What was Tolkien?
Well, Tolkien's son goes, well, I found a dwarven name that he scribbled on the back of a empty backy pouch, and now I've turned it into a book.
Which book was that?
I don't know. There's a new Middle Earth book comes out every year by his son, doesn't it? And
right,
it's
okay.
like, well, I'm just going through my father's notes. No, I'm joking. He clearly was a genius and probably wrote so many notes that it's taken him this long to unpick it all.
Yeah, true. But yes, so funnily enough, though, with Pratchett is his hard drive. So he asked for it to be run over by a steamroller, and there's a Terry Pratchett museum somewhere. The remnants of this hard drive are being displayed there, but the steamroller didn't finish the job. It wasn't bloody. It couldn't destroy it completely. So they had to stick it through a stone crusher to finish the job. So if you want a really good hard drive and you want your information to survive a steamroller.
Go on YouTube. There's videos of machines that are designed to crush hard drives.
Right.
And when they don't crush them, they literally just powder them.
Right, I see.
Like you can imagine a rock crusher isn't fine enough.
Right.
Or imagine a really high grade shredder. That's what you can put a hard drive in, and it just turns it into dust.
Cool. So yeah, I just thought that was entertaining. Reminded me of it.
Talking
about the end of Roger Rabbit.
I like the fact that it was just 10 unfinished books.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, you're not having them. In his funny little voice.
Okay, to finish off, didn't you have some news as well, Ross? About some Lego or something?
So, do you know what the largest Lego set is?
The largest Lego
Let's
set?
do a little quiz.
Either the Taj Mahal, or the cruise, not the cargo ship.
It currently still is the Taj Mahal.
Right.
London Bridge is pretty close, isn't it?
Okay.
It's in the thousands of pieces. And then I think there's been a few more. There's a London bus or something that's pretty big as well now.
Okay.
But do you know... Of course you do. You've got a fake one half built over there. You know the UCS? Ultimate Collector Series. UCS Millennium Falcon?
Yep.
It's about 5,000 pieces, isn't it?
Yep.
They're bringing a new one out.
Oh, really? What, a bigger one?
7,500 pieces.
Motherfuckers.
But it's the same size. So I fact check me on all of this, you big nerds, but I think a lot of the extra pieces are detail of the inside and stuff.
Right, I see. So it'll open up and...
But yeah, and it's going to be like £700.
Wow.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's exactly the same. Apparently, it's exactly the same dimensions as the old one.
Right.
And the box comes with wheels.
The box comes with wheels
The
because
box
it's
is
that
so
heavy.
big, is it comes with like 2 little plastic wheels on one corner, so that when you hold it with the strap, it's just like a suitcase.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, so all of you people who've spent over £1,000 on an unboxed UCS Falcon, I think the other thing I think there's going to be enough pieces in it so you can do both dishes.
Right, I see.
Because the dish is different in Force Awakens, isn't it?
I see. All right, okay.
Square. But yeah, so people think that it'll probably put the value of the boxed ones up even more.
Right.
But the loose ones are going to go down.
Right.
In value.
So, yeah.
Because why would you spend that sort of money on a loose one when you could buy a new one?
Yeah, this is true. So get rid of your loose one real quick.
Yeah, put it on eBay today.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it? But it's a lot of money.
What do you think about the fact that Lego now produce sets that are only like iconic buildings and iconic structures from our favourite films and things? Is that okay?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Well, Lego used to promote like the building of stuff from your imagination. There's I tell you what, actually,
This is not a conversation for now. We've got to record a Lego episode.
This is just another retrocast.
This is a whole topic,
isn't it?
Because
Lego.
I've got very strong opinions about how Lego's cool and equally not cool anymore.
Okay, if you want to hear us having a rant about Lego, next week we'll record just another retrocast that will be released on Thursday.
If we can get all 4 of us, we need Adam. We can't record this podcast without Adam, can we?
Probably not.
It would be really unfair.
And I do know at least one other person that we could bring on board. We'll discuss that off air. So yeah, I think that's about it for the snooze button this week, Ross.
We're going home and it's still daylight.
It
Well,
is.
I'm going home. You live here.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, where can we find you?
Find me on PlayStation Network. Apparently, my name will be in the links below. Play Everybody's Golf with me now.
Yeah, you don't have to shoot him with a tank. Or you can shoot him with a tank on Everybody's Golf, maybe. Run him over with a golf cart.
Yeah. I've made this horrible little character who's like a really annoying Peter Pan.
Right.
Because the character customization is incredible in the game.
Okay.
You can give yourself like 5 beards and you can put them all over your face. So you could just be a hairy wolf man. But I made this, like, I gave it like elf ears and a pointy nose and this shit haircut, and he wears his really awful golf clothes, but he dances around like Peter Pan. You know how irritating Peter Pan would be cool if you were a kid.
Yeah.
But if you met Peter Pan now, if Peter Pan was in this room, you'd punch him.
Sure.
Because he'd just be so fucking annoying, wouldn't he?
So would most of the bloody kids from Peter Pan, to be honest. What are they
No,
called?
mostly Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the little fucking scrote with a bloody raccoon hat?
Don't know.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, so come play Everybody's Golf on PlayStation Network. Username's rosscobaby.
Cool.
2 S's. Paul's got an eBay shop. We're not going to tell you what it is because he's not here. Adam sometimes does things in town. We're not going to tell you about that either because he's not here.
Both of their stuff is linked below.
It's not.
Anyway,
I'm going to delete the links this week.
No, it's definitely there. And me, you can find me, of course, editing this podcast and hanging out on our Facebook page, SNEW with the Crew. Do come and find us, leave some comments or questions or anything if you want to get involved. You can email us, snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. And if you're able to share this podcast around with your friends and such like, that'd be greatly appreciated. They can find, of course, our podcast on any podcast service, including SoundCloud, Sticher, iTunes, the podcast app on your phone. In honesty, just Google SNEW with the Crew and you'll find
plenty
of
of the
places
Crew
to
now, comes up all over the internet now.
which is good. That's progress. Right, that's it, isn't it? Thanks very much. That's the show.
Leave us a review on iTunes. Goodbye.
You've been a listener. We've been SNEW with the Crew. Thanks very much for listening. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.